Give thanks for life and a mighty life giver. Sure? Rastafari. Yeah. As we do give thanks for coming live, as we're going live on HTS television and also live on YouTube. For all those our people watching us on YouTube, definitely you know we are live on YouTube. Also Livity. Love the life you live the life you love. It's a healing, definitely. Give thanks. Blessed love, honorable. We coming in live shortly. It's a healing, definitely. Thanks for one midnight. Blessed. It's a healing. People's disrespond. Yes, we do give thanks for life and a mighty life given. We give thanks for all good things around us are sent from Zion above. So we praise for all his love. Give thanks definitely as we welcome you to Livity, as we are here again, living in it, living. Give thanks for all those people who are tuning live on Facebook, on HTS, and also those who are tuning live specifically right here on our YouTube channel, and those who are watching live on television in St. Lucia. As you know that this is a live program coming right out of St. Lucia. When I speak like that, I mean the people of St. Lucia might be saying, well, okay, priest, but all of us know that you are already in St. Lucia. But at the end of the day, I mean, yes, we are live in St. Lucia, but we are also broadcasting live on YouTube and also on Facebook. And as we click in, as we start off right now, I mean, definitely, as we click go, we already have over how many people? 13 people, 14 people, 15 people watching. Give thanks, Jago Lion. Give thanks, Zen. So Korean Heart. Greetings, blessed love to one and all. Or give thanks, Katie Kate. Give thanks definitely for all those people who have actually come on board right away on our YouTube international link, and we send love and peace and blessings. Okay, Bongo, I know, give thanks. Honorable Goddess Itopia, oh, give thanks. Yes, Herbman, you know, how can I be a better Herbman? Or you're going to find out very soon. So, I mean, we give thanks for all those people who are tuning with us internationally and also nationally right here in St. Lucia. As tonight, we are going to focus on the whole aspect of how it is that we relate to one another, and how it is, what herbs that we could actually utilize as a people to assist in our relationship. Because I mean, many times as a people, we have what we call relationships, and then our relationships, you know, are what we call toxic. So you have what they call a toxic relationship, meaning that that relationship is a poisonous relationship. How it is we relate with other people, how we relate with ourselves, how we relate with our food, how we relate with our environment, how we relate with our jobs, how we relate with everything. I mean, our relationships, how we relate with things and objects and all these type of things there. Basically, these things that can be said to be very toxic sometimes. You know how it is, you know. I mean, okay, Lord yet Joseph, good night. Where were you anyway? Glad to see you. Oh yes, well, I mean, for the past couple of days we've had to do certain different things, as definitely I give thanks as we have had an addition to our family. That is from about 23 days ago. You know, so for the past 14 days or so, I have been well occupied in actually taking care of the whole aspect of balancing the family, because you know, well, we do 100% home births. You know, while I was in medical school and I was doing my rounds in gynecology, you know, I remember specifically at Halberton Hospital, and I was in this delivery, you know. So we went into this delivery, and you have the nurses and just nurses, midwives, and then they are helping this beautiful sister to deliver a baby, you know, and observing. I'm just looking at the whole process, you know, and as soon as the head of the baby began to emerge just out of the vulva of the vagina, just as the head started to just come out, so you could see the back of the head like this. come out. I mean, I just saw that the nurse just took a scissors and just put it inside and clack and just cut the vagina, the vulval opening, and then and take out the child. I said, what? I mean, that was astonishing. Whew. That I felt that. I said, that's what the woman have to go through. My goodness. I said, I'll never let my honorable empress go through these type of things there. Never. So specifically out of that, we have up right now, we are at number 7, and we give thanks for that number 7. And I mean, from that time until this time, the honorable empress have not had a tear, during giving birth. I mean, even this one under number 7, I mean, it was just, we give thanks for the divine guidance and protection for the whole process. So I mean, we've delivered with women who have their very first birth, first childbirth, and then it happened without a single tear, literally, right? So it is very important that we teach the woman how to understand her physical structure, teach her how her physical structure actually operates, and then she's able to push out that baby without any problems, because remember, not gravity really, it's electromagnetism or electromagnetic forces are actually drawing the baby out of the womb. And also you have the baby itself is pushing itself down, because the baby is strong and powerful. It's pushing itself out of the womb. The uterus itself is the smooth muscles of the uterus is actually contracting by itself, involuntary, you see, like, just because of the increase in oxytocin, that specific hormone increases contraction of the uterine muscles, and the baby is actually being pushed out. And also what you have in the mother herself pushing out, contracting the abdominal muscles, the rectus abdominis muscle, right? And that muscle right along the Ernest ring there, right? The splinter muscles, right? They're contracting all these muscles specifically to assist that journey of that child into the light, coming out of the shared darkness into that light. So the process is a wonderful process. And I mean, we do 100% home births, and we have assisted people in that capacity, from even over Skype. We've assisted people. I remember traveling a time, and this sister that we were actually guiding through the whole aspect of pregnancy with a Kingman, and the moment was there, and Priest Kailash was in some other country, and we had to actually assist over Skype, guide them through the process. And it was a successful process, right? Baby big and strong, all the day like today. So we give thanks, for the addition of our number 7, Honorable Prince Saba, that has actually come into the world right now. And we give thanks for the woman, the strength of the woman, and what the woman has to go through during that whole childbirth, process. And immediately after childbirth, she have to put the baby onto a PAPS, onto a breast. And as the baby begins to suck on the breast, and you have an increase in the level of estrogen, because as the breast is actually stimulated, the nipple of the breast is stimulated, you have an increase in the levels of progesterone and estrogen, right? Even prolactin. So you have messages coming from the pituitary gland that, okay, yes, tell the mammary gland, so yes, to produce more milk, more breast milk. So it is a very complex yet very simplified process. As the baby sucks upon the breast, the womb itself begin to pull back itself up into position for the contraction of the uterine muscles. So this the whole process, that we've been through for the past, 23 days. As we say, we give thanks for the coming into being of Honorable Prince Saba, our number 7, Prince Kamau. We give thanks for him coming into the realms, and definitely give thanks for that glorious number 7 of completion. Give thanks for the 7th heaven. Give thanks for this man, from Zion, right? So definitely we give thanks, and we have all reasons to celebrate. So we celebrate, So I would encourage every man, every man, right, that actually has a woman that is fruitful, not what you call pregnant, but fruitful, that is with child, to at least try your best to go through that process, right? Try your best with that process to be there with the woman when that woman is actually giving birth, Yeah, I mean, it is very important that as a people that that we honor our woman, and just take a time out and check for the woman and make sure that the woman is irie, because the process, right? The process is a process that is very, very, very painful for the woman when it comes to the physical pain, right? And also it's a process that deserves plenty strength and focus, right? Especially when a woman is doing it in the comfort of her own home, and she's not around the so-called medical fraternity, or paternity, right? Or maternity, right? Whatever it is, right? And when she's not around that white coats and everything, so she has to get that inner strength and that confidence to know, yes, she can do it. Yes, she can do it. I mean, the pussycats do it, the dogs do it, the lions, the giraffes do it. Every single female animal actually do it. And they do it by themselves. So there is no reason why the most intellectual animal cannot do it by themselves. Of course they can do it. So we give thanks for such glorious news and give thanks for the Honorable Prince coming into this realms, as I'm just giving you a little aspect of my life. As I was just saying, we have a newborn. Okay, so we have Darrell Cajon. What can I do for a toothache, my lord? Definitely just chew on some clove. Clove, if you could chew on clove. Clove contains eugenol, which is specifically an anesthetic that actually cuts down the pain. So we give thanks. How honorable, what guidance can you give to a transitioning vegan? Much love from Babuno. Oh, give thanks, honorable. From Babuno, we give thanks for the love. And we're gonna come to that, Sister Katie. I mean, you could always ask that question, some other time. Give thanks, Honorable Empress from St. Martin, French side, glorious. Good to see you, long time. My French has actually deteriorated because, long time I have not done my homework. And yeah, so give thanks for still being there and watching and giving thanks still. Amubeni, one was. So we give thanks definitely. So tonight we're going to focus on the whole aspect of some simple aspects of a genuine relationship, because Livity is not only about how we live with food, but it's also how we live with one another and how we live with ourselves. And most times you find that in relationships, because we have what we call a 7-second, like a literally count to 7, a 7-second resolution, whereby we resolve any problems, any issues, anything whatsoever that might be bothering us, as probably as a husband and a wife, as a boyfriend or a girlfriend, as a king and a queen, an emperor and an empress, to be able to resolve issues. When you really analyze it and you sit down and you say, well, wait, look at this. Sometimes you and your king man, or you and your queen woman, right? You and your empress, or you and your girlfriend, or you or your wife, having an argument, and you are arguing about something specifically, or probably the husband might have done something that wasn't nice, or the wife might have done something that wasn't nice, and then you quarrel about it. You quarrel for hours, and then the hours turn to days, and 7 days you all might be in the same house for 7 days. And for that entire 7 days, you might not be talking to one another. You pass on that side, you pass on that side. If the wife prepares some food, look at food, right? Or whatever it is. But that level of cordial living and loving and being good together, that's gone, right? For whatever number of times, of days, whatever number of days it actually took to get you to that point, whereby, okay, all right, you reconcile. Oh, honey, I'm sorry, Oh, I'm so sorry. I should have never done that. I love the I love the I love the I. Pardon me for all this. 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 I'm very sorry. And you kiss up and you make up and you're gone. But what you must realize is that it took you 7 days. It took you 8 days. It took you 9 days. It took you 10 days. It took a month, right? Before you could have actually come to that point whereby you have forgotten, or you have ceased, you don't remember exactly what happened. You've not made it a part of you to the extent whereby it's preventing you from telling your husband that you love him, or preventing you from telling your empress that you love her, because at the end of the day, sometimes, right, we are so indulged, right? I don't know if the English is correct, because remember, I'm not really English, okay, all right? So we are so engaged or indulged, right, in our problems and our situations, that we just fail to even just analyze things simplistically and logically and naturally and itally, right? Because at the end of the day, look at this. You and your boyfriend had a problem. You'll quarrel, and you'll stop speaking to each other for 7 days. You'll were in the same house, passing one another straight, not communicating, always upset for 7 straight days. And after 7 days, you all made up, kissy kissy, right? Lovey dovey, and everything is all right. But you actually had to go through 7 days of intense stress. Meaning that, who is going to feel good that you're in the same house with someone, right? And you pass in, okay? You pass into next to that person, and the person don't check you up, don't check you there, and then you there, probably come home and you're excited about seeing your husband. But when you get home, you remember, well, we had an argument yesterday, so you don't even take a time out to actually give him a hug or tell him anything, because you just remember we had an argument. Oh, I'm supposed to be angry with this man, and all of a sudden you're angry, right? Not that inwardly you are angry, but because you remember that he probably had did something or said something that you did not like, and all of a sudden right now you're angry. And because you're angry now, you're not speaking to him and you are suffering, you are making your own self suffer. Bad news, right? Because you're killing yourself. So what sense does it make to make yourself go through 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 days of anguish and arguing, right? Or not speaking, when after 7 days you'll speak and then everything is all right, and as if you forget everything, all wounds are actually healed, or after 21 days or after 5, whatever number of time. I'm saying that just because you know that that's your husband and that's your wife, and you know, well, boy, you're not going anywhere, man. At that age, you have everything, you've done everything, and you want, yeah, that's your husband forever. You're not going anywhere. So what sense does it make for you to be upset, for you to be angry? It makes no sense whatsoever, right? So then it makes sense now that immediately, as soon as you argue, you're arguing, ting, and as you all argue, you say, you could just sit down and you could watch and you could say that. You could wait for 7 days and not speak for 7 days. But since you know that that's your love of your life and your lover, and you are going nowhere, why waste 7 days? Or why invest 7 days in sadness, in anger, in grief, right? In hatred. So for 7 days, you are constantly in that state of being. Oh, God, son, why am I going to that? You got it better than that. And okay, all right. For 7 days. And something happens on the 8th day that make you check, well, oh, my brother, I love you, I'm so sorry. And then all of a sudden, you're like good again. So I'm saying that if you know that after a period of time, things are going to work out, you are going to make up with your husband or with your wife, why you waste the time and be upset and angry? That can get you sick, right? You could immediately, after, okay, all right, you in an argument done, as a man, right? You go and say, oh, my love, I'm so sorry for that, man. I really don't mean to get you upset, I love the eye. Okay, all right. Bang, bang, bang. Forgive me, please, if I'm wrong. I want to be a better person. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Okay, all right. So then, the same state of mind, whereby you might have been angry for 7, 8 days, you could literally count to 7, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, 1,000, 7, 1,000, and say, oh, I'm sorry, pardon me. And immediately, right, you could actually just end a whole fiasco, stress, whereby you and that individual in a terrible state of being for 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever number of days you are in a fiasco in. When you could just humble yourself, man or woman, and just say, I'm sorry. Important, right? So then, instead of actually going through that intense stress, because remember, the previous days we have actually looked upon how stress affects your physical structure. All right? How stress could actually cause you to develop diabetes. How stress can cause you to develop fibrocystic breast condition. How stress can make you develop fibroids. How stress can make you develop endometriosis. How stress can make you develop even breast cancer, right? Or prostate cancer, right? So we understand the dangers of stress. Hence the reason why it makes no sense whatsoever to invest any good time whatsoever in stressing. Try your best to actually take it cool and take a deep breath. Either take a breather and relax. You are in an argument if you're empress. Oh, empress, I'm sorry, Give thanks for the love. Okay, all right. I want to do it again. Okay, okay, all right. And you're done. Okay, all right. And you're done. You stay 7 days. You're upset. Remember, you might have a beautiful woman in your house. That's your wife. All right. You're supposed to be looking at her, and admiring her, and feeling free to give her a hug and a kiss. Right. So because of a silly argument, when you see her, you cannot do that. Why? Because you're holding on to something inside of there. And after 7 days, 8 days, 9 days, 10 days, whatever you were holding on to becomes so insignificant that you and that person back together and you're doing the same things that you all used to do before. You understand that? Right? So we have to understand that it makes no sense whatsoever in investing time and energy. Right? No sense in anger, hatred, greed. Okay? Being upset with the person that you love. As soon as it's done, sometimes you are in a relationship with a man or with a woman, and then you even forget how the neck of the woman looks. You even forget how her fingers look, how her hands look. Because you've not even taken any time at all to examine the hands of your empress or your girlfriend and to see how the lines go in the hands and the veins, and you don't see simple little things about her. So it is important that as a man, and you have a woman in the house, right? You have to be able to demonstrate that level of gratitude and care. Oh, Honorable, you look beautiful today, Wow. Oh, you look awesome. You look gorgeous. But more than likely, she put that clothes there just for you, and then you there, she put the clothes just for you, and she was thinking about you when she was getting dressed. Now she is dressed and she's ready to move, and you there as if you're not even noticing that she put something fantastic on her. Right? Come on, man. You have to tell her that, oh, she looks good. You have to tell her these type of things. I mean, at the end of the day, that boosts up her morals. That makes her stronger. That makes her specifically more confident to actually face the world. Just because you have, how I would say that, you're endorsed how she looks. So give thanks for the black woman, and being strong, and this is what our sisters have been going through over the years, that neglect, right? And then they don't know what to do, what to wear, how to look, how to sing, how to dance, because they have been following from the footstep of someone who knows nothing about their own culture. Okay? So we have to take a time out, right? Take a time out, examine ourselves, and definitely begin to love ourselves. Love yourself to the extent that, right, you consciously prevent yourself from going away stressing about people. Right? Just love yourself. Right? Take care of yourself. Automatically, everybody else is going to be taken care of. Right? So we give thanks for life and a mighty life giver. Definitely, as we give thanks for all those people that are watching. Blessed love, good to see you. Your light radiates. to our eyes and your message hit our ears. Once again, give thanks, Honorable. So true, exactly, man or woman, right? You're right, Honorable, not worth it. What about polygyny, Herbman? What are you talking about? Okay, we'll talk about that just now, right? So when we really understand that, just the fact that in a relationship we just invest time and energy in being upset with one another. Serious thing, I'm talking about people who invest time and energy in being upset with one another. You deliberately put yourself in a state of being. Sometimes your husband comes in through the door and you're happy to see him, but when you were about to go and hug him or smile, you remember that you have to be upset. When you're killing yourself. And remember that the time that you have with your husband or with your wife is a limited time. You are only going to be 25 at one point, then you're going to be 26 at a point, then you're going to be 27, 28, 29, 30 at a point. It's not that you are going to be at that age forever. So every age that you grow is an opportunity to actually grow in that age, interact in that age with the people you love. Yeah. So learn about them. Invest in them. Invest in yourself, that you learn about the people that you love. So then you could actually have a sense of purpose. What you're supposed to be doing, where you're supposed to be going, what is it that you want to do. Very important. Right? So definitely we do give thanks for life and the mighty life as we give one intercession. When you come again, definitely we are going to take an intercession. When you come again, we are going to continue with the whole realms of our relationship. Blessed. Yes, we are on an intercession on TV. Yes, so you could look at some of these questions. Yes, we give thanks. You could type in your questions. I'm going to be answering them in the next segment. So just type in your questions. I'm going to be answering them in the other segment. Type in your questions. Yes, we are in an intercession. We're going to come in forward live shortly. Give thanks. Give thanks for your patience. Yeah, man, I'm just talking to my YouTube people there. No. Just check my notes. Yeah, bless. Alright, see. Love. Thy rod and staff, thou comfort me, with me forever. You spoke and we listened. Want simple plans plus savings on calls, data, and last one. Give thanks. Coming in live shortly. Give thanks, my Lord. What is the 1-2 order? Can you tell me? Well, the 1-2 order is the Bingi order, which is basically the drum order. 1-2, hot rhythm. 1-2, 1-2. That's it. Yeah. Going live. Yes, we do give thanks for life in the mighty life giver as we are here again once more on Helen Television. And we're here with Livity, loving the life we love and living the life that we live. We give thanks for life. Give thanks definitely as all the people who are actually watching and greeting. I mean, give thanks. Okay, so, we are just checking it out. Everything. Give thanks for our sister here in Martinique. Give thanks, sister. Give thanks specifically for all those people who are watching and all those people who are viewing, all those people who are here specifically with us live on HTS and also those on YouTube. Give thanks, Sister Angela, that is blessing us. Kevin Paul just come in. Give thanks, my brother. In relation to your topic today, how can a young empress still going through the struggles of life, find herself an emperor of great strength who will guide her? I mean, the empress have to find herself, at least as long as the woman understands her value, because it's all about value, because in a relationship, what's going to happen is this, right? You in a relationship, okay, if I am going to get involved in a relationship with someone, number one, right, that means that I am going to invest time and energy into this individual, all right? So then that means that I am going to make a conscious decision to decide how is it that I am going to spend that time. Am I going to be happy in that time? Am I going to be sad in that time? Am I going to feel fulfilled? Am I going to feel a level of incontinence? Am I going to feel angry? And am I going to feel joyful? Whatever it is. So consciously, I'm aware that, okay, look, I am entering into this relationship. I'm having this relationship. So because I love myself, I would make a conscious decision to have a relationship whereby I am happy. I'm going to be as happy as possible in that relationship. So whenever something comes up, right, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best specifically to ensure that I'm going to do my best to ensure that, okay, I keep in a happy and a balanced state. All right. So then when you are in a relationship, whatever the relationship is, right, you make a conscious decision. Okay, so you have a husband or you have a wife, you have an emperor, you have an empress, or you have a king, or you have a queen, or a prince, or a princess. And at the end of the day, you have made a conscious decision to be in that relationship already. You've made that decision. Now, let's say that your wife did something that you didn't like. Okay, but you decide to stay in the relationship. Or your husband did something that you didn't like. But still, you are still in the relationship. And it's 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, you are still in a relationship. But yet still, it's like as if whatever that person did, you still have it, as they say, on your heart, and you hold it up against them. Right? It's better that you had just leave the relationship than to be in a relationship, right, and have not actually completely forgiven that other person or forgive yourself to the extent that you could actually accept whatever that person did and overstand it into a higher level, and knowing that the person that you are with right now is someone completely different than the person that was there yesterday or the day before, whatever. So yes, so you are making a conscious decision to be in this relationship. So the same way, you are going to make a conscious decision to be happy in that relationship. Yeah, I mean, it's not about the circumstance, It's about how you react to, how you interact with, right, a particular situation. So you have a situation, you're going to interact with it like this or like that or like this or like that, and that's going to be the end of it, right? Or if you do this, that's going to be different. So you are deciding consciously to be happy in your relationship. So if somebody do something, guys, I have to be happy, man. Man, God, son, I'm to be happy. I'm not gonna focus on that. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Then you work on uttering that level of happiness. All right. Now, understand also that we add value to relationships. So if I am by myself and I am worth $1,000, all right. If I am by myself and I am worth $1,000 or $7,000, right? $7,000. I spent $7,000 to buy my suit and another 1,000 to buy the shoes and this and that. Okay, let's say, so you value yourself at a particular price. So you say, well, look, I am valued at $1,000. Now, you now are going to get involved with a man or a woman. All right. Now, it's not like somebody's going to come with $1,000 and buy you, But I'm just saying figuratively, you have a value. So you as a man, you have $1,000 valuation and you get a woman, you are alone. Now you get a woman. Is your value supposed to increase or your value supposed to decrease? Right? So when you meet that person in that relationship, is your intrinsic value, the value of self. Let's say you're a businessman and you used to value 1.5 million and you get into a relationship with somebody else. Immediately, as you interact with that person, what's supposed to happen to your value? I didn't hear that. Yes, you're right. The value is supposed to increase. So you don't just go in a relationship. I'm not saying about increase by just monetary wealth, Every aspect of increase you could think about: intelligence, spirituality, right? Mathematics, sciences, whatever it is, you're supposed to actually improve your value, or you're supposed to add value to that other person. You have to. So you cannot go into a relationship and then your value was 1,000, and because you go into that relationship, your value now is 3 or 4 or 5 or 1 or 0. It's a toxic relationship. You have to get out of these relationships because it's not well for you, right? So in beginning to actually find a good king man as an empress, right? It is important to actually find yourself first, know your true value. Okay, so when it is that you actually meet someone, because you understand your value, there are things that you just never do. Not for 2,000 US, not for 5,000 US. No, you never do that. Why? Because you understand your value, you know of your value. Very important. So when you start a relationship, first thing you do, as a young empress answering Kate, as a young empress, understand your value. And remember, as Marcus Garvey said, we're an average of the 7 people we spend the most time around. Right? So you must ensure that the people that you spend time around, they add value to you. So it's not being selfish, it's just being wise. Right? You have to be in a position whereby you can receive value from people. You don't just stay there and think and and you go and get involved with someone that always have a sad story. So every night is worry. Now you used to be such a happy man. All of a sudden you have to be worrying because that person always have a sad story. And you have to value yourself enough. If the person is find out a way how it is you could actually improve that person and make that person a better person. So in relationships, it's not like as a man or as a woman, you're going to find the well-made man or the well-made woman. You have to mold and create that individual. So it's very important, Sister Kate, that you understand that you have to mold and create that individual. So that was a question from Katie. Kate, any more questions? Adam Alfred, much love coming from the States. What do you think about polygamy? Okay, all right, that's a different. The man wants to know about polygamy. Okay, that's a different thing. So questions, please. What about water fasting with herbs? Well, I mean, definitely. We're talking about relationships here. You see, because the woman represents the water, right? So we give thanks. So water fasting with herbs is, I mean, it's good. What herbs? Are you talking about marijuana herbs, or are you just talking about herbs on the whole? I mean, when you blend herbs, it's like you're not fasting. When we fast, we don't drink no water, nor we eat no herb, or drink no herbal tea. We are abstaining completely from everything, right? But some people who are fasting and they don't have that strength, they do a 7-day, 21-day, or an 18-day fast, right? Specifically, they can go through that whole process whereby they cleanse out the physical structure through that process where it's something not just okay. You cannot do that whole time. You do a little time. If you cannot do this, you do this, right? So the herbs you're talking about, because the vervine, the stinging nettle, and all them things, they have more minerals than most of the food people call food. So when you fasting and you're drinking green juice, it still have to be in a particular timing. All right. So we give thanks for that, for the herbs and the fast. Blessed love, Kevin Paul. What are you saying? My dude, much love from the States. Adam Alfred. Give thanks, Honorable, for tuning in tonight. Give thanks for all those people who are actually tuned in, because it's very important that we understand and make a conscious effort to actually develop that culture of oneness within the family unit, because the family is the foundation, right? And it's a very significant foundation. So we have to learn to see how in our relationships, when it comes to man and woman, father and child, how it is that we could actually set the stage to understand that when we come together as a family, all we do, we are adding value to what it is that we are doing. So even with the children, they add value. Even if it's the husband, the wife, they add value. So in making a decision, you have to see how it is that this person is going to make your life more valuable. All right. So how is it that that person is going to make your life better? Right? Then how is it that you're going to make that person's life better? What value you actually add to the relationship? Okay, so these things, they are very important figures, and I feel like these things here would actually help us as a people to understand and say, well, look, I have to, in that relationship, it's not just blah, 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 right? You have everything organized in a manner whereby you have accountability in that relationship, where well, that person have to do this, so they did that. Okay, this person had to do this, so they did that. Okay, so we give thanks. So because they have done that, as Mama said, then it is that they have that freedom. Okay, that freedom to actually fulfill anything that they want to fulfill, because they have fulfilled their particular responsibilities. But relationships whereby you just go into something just because you want to have sex, and that's it. I mean, people could buy sex. You could just buy sex. People buy dolls these days. They order dolls on the internet, and they have dolls, and so lots of men, all they have is dolls for their wife, plastic, silicone, jelly, GP. And probably speaking all type of language to just program it, right? That's what they have. A lot of people don't even take a time out, right, to be able to invest in a relationship, to say, well, look, and good or bad, right, good or bad, whatever it is, we are investing in this relationship to see what we could actually get out of it. So when you now, as a man, you put in your 100%, and the woman put in 100%, then you have 200%, right? So you have a force that could actually push things and project things forward. So the unity of us as a family is very, very, very important. So when you're going into a relationship, it is important that you think of it into the long-term perspective and understand that you cannot go into something that you're going to be sad in. If you're going to be sad in it, better you just leave it. Forget about it, right? Forget about that relationship, because why? You're going to be sad and you're going to be crying. You're going, your eyes always thin. You can go to work today. You are stressing here. You're stressing there. Better just do that. Why? Because that's killing you. because we understand that high levels of cortisol, the stress hormones, would actually destroy you. Okay, so it is very important that as a people we learn how to be able to appreciate love, the key aspects of things. The key aspects of things. What? All right, you are in a relationship. It makes no sense to spend 7 days upset with your lover or your loved one. If you know that after 7 days you're gonna get good, and normally you just get good after a time, after 5 seconds, get good. I'm sorry, my love. Give thanks. Pardon me, please. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Yeah, and everything good. That is it. Right? So the simple things. Simple things. People could actually learn about it and begin to actually invest in that kind of relationship. Whereby they understand that they are putting in and then they are receiving. Alright, so we give thanks for life and a mighty life giver. We give thanks for all these good things. Much love, great tips. Praise to the Most High. Thank you, Priskash, for sharing your wealth of wisdom. Your book. Right? How you block the stress. Okay, stress is not to be blocked. Right? You have to deal with stress. Alright, so it's like a dog chasing you, so you have stress, so your heart pumping hard, blood diverted to your muscles, you could jump over a fence. That's what stress is. Right? So when you are faced with a stress situation, because stress situations are different from other people. Someone in the dark might be stressed because they are afraid of the dark. Someone in the light might not be stressed, but they might still be stressed because they see some big spider, some big things in a corner. So it is the stress is relative to the person that is actually suffering from that stress. So when it is that you want to be like going into a relationship and you're talking about stress, how you deal with stress, the other thing is saying too blessed to be stressed. Probably you could get one of them things there, so at least you don't stress. It's on your chest. Too blessed to be stressed. Or also what you do, you understand, well, stress is your response to a particular situation. So when people do the things that you don't like, just talk to them. Right? Talk to them. If they still do it, you talk to them again. If they still do it, you talk to them again. And if they still do it, then afterwards you go and you leave them in their own space because they have no discipline. Right? Okay. Marijuana is very good to block stress. Cannabis. Greetings, Mary Emmanuel. Blessed love, Chris. Give thanks, Honorable. Nigastafari. Blessed love, my Lord. Give thanks for life. Yes, Honorable. Give thanks for life. For life, health, and strength. Give thanks for this wonderful day. Definitely. So we're saying that, look, relationship, don't be upset. 7 seconds. Anything that go wrong, 7 seconds. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. Oh, give thanks. I'm sorry. Let's live good again, baby. Okay, all right. Yeah, boom. All right? Don't carry it to your grave. Some people are carry it back into the oven because none of them sell. Okay? So we have to actually deal with these things there on a high level whereby, yes, you understand, well, you are investing energy and time in something, so something have to give. Something have to sell, so at least you could get back a return. So when you invest an energy in a relationship, you're supposed to get things in that relationship. I'm not talking about money, I'm talking about things, because no one is as good as yourself to you. You have to be good to yourself to you. But no one specifically, right, is going to love yourself more than you love your own self. Okay, so the love that you demonstrate for yourself, show that you understand your value as a human being, then you would know what you are adding to a relationship. So then you add and you know what you're adding is great. Alright? So greetings, blessed love, Chris. Blessed love, my Lord. Give thanks for life. Okay, give thanks for life, honorable. Give thanks for life, health, and strength. Give thanks for all good things among us are sent from Zion above. So we praise Farai for his divine love. Okay, blessed love, positive talk. Oh, give thanks. Yes, of course, man. You don't have time to waste. So we know that you can't waste time being upset in a relationship. You also know that the 7 cons to actually resolve relationship, just count to 7 and just kiss the person all over. However the way they are, they're going to wake up, right? Because count to 7, kiss. Okay, all right. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. I would not do it again. You might love the eye. Yeah, and whatever the problem is, if you were drinking and they tell you don't drink already, and you got paid and you want to squander the money, Don't spend a whole month arguing, and after a month and one day you all are good. Better you are not good for 7 seconds and the rest of the time you're good. So you could ask yourself, how much time do you consciously spend with your loved one whereby you all are happy? Ask yourself that question. Okay, all right. So we have don't waste time, 7 seconds resolution. Invest, know your worth, and know what you invest into the relationship. Right? Number 5. Number 4. Okay? So all them things there is basically you know well what you're putting in, so you know what you're getting out, so at least you could make proper decisions into the person that you want around you, or the people that you want around you. Okay? So very important. Blessed love, right honorable priest K. Lashley, forward on strength, on strength with the fire of healing of the master physician. Oh, give thanks, honorable John Marcus the third. Give thanks, my Lord. Easy cash club by Andrew. That's one powerful stuff you say, honorable. One live show once a week is not enough. You need to share more of your knowledge with the world. Okay, all right, I know that, man, but at the end of the day, I'm adding value to the world. So, okay, so what value are you adding to me now on you, as you say that there? You're supposed to see, because remember, right now, we have a relationship, You is Easy Cash Club Bar and Grill. Right now, we have a relationship, right? Okay, right now, I'm speaking and you are hearing, you are teaching, so I'm adding value to your life. How do you add value to my life? Okay, so that's how we add value to one another's life. Give thanks. The Gustafari, blessed love my Lord, give thanks for life. Definitely we do give thanks for life. And the mighty life giver. Mommy stronger. 88. I give thanks for you choosing to speak on this topic. Black heart of love. Yes. Okay, but we have to speak of it because people have to learn exactly what it is that they want in their life. If I am with a woman, I want to be happy. I'm not going to sit down and be upset and have a beautiful woman next to me and for some foolishness. You're upset for a whole month. And after a month, you're not upset again. And then that same woman you're not speaking to, right now you're not the happiest. And the whole month you'll never speak. Right? That means you wasted a beautiful piece of treasure, a gem, a pearl for a whole month. You never acknowledge its beauty. And now all of a sudden you're wasting time. So we have to take a time out and invest in ourselves and in our woman and them. I give thanks for it. Okay, all right. Blessed Lord, Priest Kilash. What if your investments lead to a divorce? Well, so be it. I mean, God never able to divorce you, but if you are in a space, right? Because if you invest in and then you're making a loss, you have to quit. You have to close shop. Nothing wrong in that, right? By right, we're not supposed to have no divorce because everything's supposed to be good. By the end of the day, if you see that you love Brown and the person, okay, you are a conscious person and you don't want to be going to church and that person want to go to church every Sunday. That's one difference. But every day they try to convince you, repent and be baptized, be born again. And they'll gang up on you and bring pastor and bring everybody to preach upon you because you all are different. So when you are different, things will come into the space. Things will actually expand and actually cause you as a person to actually separate yourselves. Why? Because of the differences. But there should never be a reason for a divorce. They're always supposed to be somewhere that people could actually work things out. By the end of the day, when you invest and you get a divorce, that means that you did a bad investment. Period. Okay? So even if you spend 10 years with a man, right? If it is that at least you were trying to make yourself happy, you could reflect upon that 10 years and say, oh man, give thanks, in all the little bit of bad times, you had plenty of good times, because you wouldn't spend 60 years or 50 years with a man just because you don't care. It have to be because you care. When do you throw in the towel? Which towel are you talking about there? In a relationship? I mean, if you see, well, basically, for me personally as a man, I have value and I have certain principles. Okay, so then if I'm going to get involved in a relationship, that means that person there would have to be a particular type of way. That means that they're supposed to be having the locks on their hair and their head all natural, no makeup, no perfume, none of this, none of that, eating healthy, right? No chicken, no pork, no beef, right? So then whoever you are having that relationship with, would be someone of a similar stature, meaning that they are consuming the things that you are consuming. So you are like one. So if you kiss that person, it's not like you are going to put a piece of chicken in their mouth and you know they are vegan, right? That means okay, all right. So you know you have a problem. So it means that there are differences. Okay, someone might be an Adventist, that might be worshiping on a Saturday, and somebody might be a Pentecostal that worship on a Sunday. So you'll always find issues arising, but people could still learn how to make it work if they focus on what is good among them, right? So there might be some bad, but there is always good. Okay, there's always good. So when you throw in the towel, when it is that you are compromising your own self, and then you see that this thing there is a dead horse, and that can't help you. All right, blessed, give thanks. So right now we are due for an intercession. When we come again, after that intercession, we'll continue taking questions on YouTube, and also questions on our phone, and also people that want to call in, definitely they could call in right live on YouTube. Yes, we do give thanks. We're just taking an intercession here. Definitely, we're going to come again shortly, and and bless you up again, and make sure that everything is good with you. Because definitely, we are just taking an intercession. As we know, this is a live TV program, simulcasting, whereby we are showing it live, as we are also doing a recorded YouTube program. So we have live television and live YouTube, and Facebook. So just take it easy with us, right? Because we are in an intercession on the television program. So if you could see, right, that's the program playing here, and that's the cameras, and that's ad is actually the ad of Livity, our restaurant, specifically in the city of Castries. So you could see we're just sharing with you exactly what is happening around us. So you see we are in the studio really. Studio? Yeah, right. So we are live on television, but also we are live here with you on YouTube. So just bear with us as we are in an intercession. When we come again, definitely we're going to continue. Love. You might better bless now. Coming in live.
Message me, Priscilla, and tell him I say thank you. I don't have his number. I really did appreciate that. You have to see what he said.
We're going live. Yes, we do give thanks for life and a mighty life giver. We give thanks for all good things around us are sent from Zion above. So you praise Fry for his divine love. Definitely the lines are open, so you could actually give us a call. Right, you could actually call us live on our television number as 1758 452 452 2693. That's 1758 452 2693. WhatsApp messages is 1758 722 3660. That is 1758 722 3660. That is 1758 722 3660. 1758 452 2693. 1758-452-2693. We give thanks. Those of you who want to call, definitely could call. Even those of you watching on YouTube, you could actually call and at least bless up the people in St. Lucia. I mean, so many of you are watching. I mean, just one person can call and bless up the people in St. Lucia, make them know exactly what's going on. As a love priest, you add value to my life. Give thanks, Black Ital Love, or give thanks, Honorable Empress. Give thanks for the I value also that the I add to I and I life. Give thanks for life and the mighty life giver Jah, Rastafari. Beautiful also what you're talking about now. I started lifting in my life around a few weeks ago. Give thanks, my sister. I give thanks for all the love that you all are sending from all over the world. Give thanks, verify all love. Give thanks. 4517584522693 1758-722-3660 WhatsApp messages on YouTube. Any questions? Okay. When do you throw in the towel? I mean, you should never really throw in the towel, Even if you spend time with someone 5, 6, 7 years, give thanks for the investment. Do whatever that you have to do. Righteous media, give thanks. Okay. And also we have It's Great to Watch You Live. Give thanks, Get Diesel, for your love, and give thanks for being the first live specifically. Definitely, as we are talking about the whole aspect of the relationship, how we relate with one another, and many a times, we don't speak about these things there because I mean, people as most times a man has no man to talk to and a woman has no one to talk to, and so people just talk to all kind of people and then get themselves in more trouble than they really wanted to get themselves into. So it is important that we understand that these things they are important because the family unit, as the Honorable Empress would always say, is the most important aspect. It is the family unit, which is actually the mother, the father, and the child, right? So this is a very integral aspect. So when it is that you are in a relationship, right, you have to understand that investment of time and energy, right? You cannot waste it into foolishness. You have to consciously be doing the things that are upful, the things that that are going to be beneficial for you and your family. So for instance, we have many people right now, right, who are trying to have children, and then the wife herself having a child something that is that's the most important thing to her. So she's not even talking about thinking about loving her husband or seeing her husband in a special way, or seeing that she have a handsome or attractive husband. All she's thinking about is having a child. So because she has polycystic ovarian syndrome, or she's infertile for some reason, right? Her biggest concern is having a child. All right. So when it comes to coming together, or what they call having sex, it's not about enjoyment or about having a good time. All she's concerned about is having a child. So it becomes like a duty. So she's not indulging her husband because she loves to see him and he looks great and he smells good, or he is not doing that to his wife because she looks good and she smells great. She's good. They are doing it because of what they want. They're looking for a baby. Right? Now that's a different spirit completely from someone who actually goes in with a free spirit and then they actually get mommy actually fruitful. Right? So at the end of the day, it is important that as a man and a woman that you understand well when you are in this relationship. Okay? Number one, you consciously choose to be happy. Yes, caller, blessed.
Blessed love to you, Queen.
Yeah, honorable, blessed.
And blessed love to your family.
Oh, give thanks, give thanks.
And I want to say you brought wonderful words of life to us tonight.
Oh, give thanks.
Especially to me.
Oh.
Give me strength to move on.
Oh, give thanks, honorable.
So may God bless you and keep you.
Give thanks. Give thanks. Heart of love. Give thanks, sister. You thought of a wonderful call. I mean, definitely, we have to keep on moving. When you stop moving, that means you're dead. So you cannot allow things to get us to that state where we actually stop moving. Movement is always very important. So as I was saying, is that because we fully understand the significance of what we're getting ourselves into, and that the relationship supposed to be adding to our happiness, right? You cannot have a husband. Take for instance, right? You married and you have a husband, and then he spends probably most of his time by the rum bar and he's there drinking rum. So you upset about that. You upset about that. So when he gets home, you so upset that you just say, "Look your food. Look your food. Look your food. Look your food. You spend the whole day by the rum bar." And you're going on and on and on and on and on and on. Remember, the man just come by the rum bar, you know? So the man will come there, he'll look at you, and he'll feel like escaping and going back by the rum bar. And then he himself now will begin to say, well, he'll think like, well, Gassan, he'll begin to justify, give reasons why it is that he have to go to the rum bar. He might say, well, you see that, boy, you see that? So I have to go to the rum bar, you know. I just come home and now man, they're just talking about, okay, then, okay, all right. So I'm not saying that you are wrong for chastising him for going to the rum bar. I'm saying that he's already gone to the rum bar. Now, he come home at 11 o'clock. And that's the time that you are going to be having with him right now. Are you going to be spending that time there quarreling and arguing? Alright? So you argue with him and you cursing him up because he go to the rum bar. Now, what if he came home and then when he came home he said, "Oh, George, I missed you so much. How's your food, darling? How was your day? I hope you didn't do too many naughty things by the rum bar today, George." Whatever. It would speak to George, whatever, when you speak to George. But George get his food, right? He get things organized for him. He get love when he get home. George will say and say, "Oh my, look at that, he got some. I have my good woman there in the house there. I there wasting time fooling around." So you are now focusing on George's God side because you are doing good. Because they say, well, I mean, you cannot, because okay, you know you came from the wrong man, you argue and you fussing. How can you argue with a man that's in a stupor, a man that is half drunken? You can't argue with that. That man that's going to argue you out. That man that's going to argue you out to the point whereby you're going to feel like you're going to pack your bag and leave. You know, better you give George a cold bath. Say, "George, come on, bathe George, honey." And you bathe George, so George might resurrect a kind of a way and say, "Hey, that's why and know that he home now and thing." But I mean, and see his wife loves him. So then every time he want to take a drink, he say, "Oh God, son, you know, oh my goodness," you know. So then you don't have to be miserable, apart from the fact that you are killing yourself, right? You are literally killing your relationship, because who wants to be around a miserable man or a miserable woman? Okay. Hi. Okay, today good. Give love. Great show. Very interesting. Enjoying it. Give thanks, my sister. What can I give my son for sickle cell? Marijuana oil. Very good. What about having a husband spend most of his time working? Well, I mean, some husbands spend most of their time working. Yeah, you know, I used to do that, and not because it's that. I used to be traveling once every week. I used to have restaurant in Dominica, with an office in Dominica, seeing clients in Antigua, seeing clients in St. Martin, seeing clients in Tortola, going to England every 2 months or so, going into this country, going into that country. I had a very serious, busy schedule. I'm telling you, pre-scale actually, I'm talking about. My schedule was busy. Then I'm saying, well, okay, all right then. To the point whereby I used to, sometimes I travel, but I go to Dominica. There are times I go to Dominica and I begin to see clients from 8 o'clock in the morning until 11 o'clock in the night straight. Right, a lot of clients just see straight. I'm sure right now there are people who say, "My priest, when you come to Dominica, when you come to Anguilla, when you come to Atola, when you come to St. Martin, when you come to Trinidad, when you come to London, when you come," I mean, come on. I mean, so if it is that, yes, great survivor 2019, give thanks, honorable, give thanks for your love. When it is that we now, as a people, right, don't understand that, because you have to look at things from the man's perspective too. So at least you could understand to see how you could fix it, right? Because what happened is that I was so busy that the most important things in my life was just on a side, which were basically my children. My wife first, my children, my mother, my father, right, my family, but my wife first. So when it was that, you see that you are beginning to ignore the most important aspects of your lives because you are working and say, well, for you working? By the time you blink your eye, your children don't grow already. All you work, you grow and you sick and thing and you dying and thing and you work and your children don't know you, right? They don't know nothing about you. And then if you've built up an empire, they can't even continue the empire. Because why? Because you've not spent any time with them. You're so busy working, right? So what happened was that my wife literally came, the Honorable Empress Ital. She said, well, priest, we're going to have family day. She said, every Sunday is family day. That means that you can't go there and do this and do this and do this and do this. Every first day is family make a move day. So no consultations on a first day, right? Because first day is family make a move day. So the whole family, we're going to go someplace every Thursday, right? So the Empress herself had to begin to institute some particular. I'm talking to you about how I did. You say, well, what if you have a husband that's always working? I'm telling you, I was always working, and the Honorable Empress had to put in things to actually make sure I invest that time within the family. So the human aspect of things are very important, right? So instead of quarreling, you could put things into place skillfully, whereby you could get your husband to spend the time where he needs to spend the time, right? Because sometimes the man is thinking about, he wants to get this done and he wants to get this done and he wants to get this done. That's all that's on his mind. And as long as he's working, he's not thinking about anything else because he's working. But there comes a point in a time when you actually draw yourself and you burn yourself out. So the man have to learn that his best work is the work that he does at home with his family. So as a woman, you have to institute these things that create things. Because a woman smart, remember when as a woman, when you just get that man, you see, when you just meet that man, when you just meet the man was basically like at your fingertips. Jump, sit, you sit right, left. Why? Because he had wanted to be with you. He had desired you so much that he'd have done anything for you. That's what you call the first love. All right, so then, if this man was like that, or you as a woman, you were able to actually get that out of a man, then why can't you get it out of the man continually? So a woman have to always remember that she's a woman. Keep herself clean and fresh and smell good and look good, right? That actually keeps everything much better. Always remember that you are a woman. Don't get comfortable, right? Because these things there is not nice. I mean, sometimes also in a relationship, you find that okay, blessed love. Okay, let me say, before I read these messages, let me say that you find that in a relationship, a man and a woman relationship, okay, and then they are married. All right, so you find that every single time that the man and a woman come together, that's what you call have sex, or what you call come together, right? The great majority of the time, the man would be the aggressor, meaning that you are a married woman in your own house, okay, and then you are married to a man, you're a man and a woman, married man, married woman, and whenever it is that as a man you want to come together or you want to make love, or as they would say, right, with your husband, or if you're a woman, a wife with a husband, or a man with his wife, 99% of the times the aggressor would be the man. The man would be the one that's actually trying to deal with the woman. And then the woman will say, oh, I'm tired. Oh, so the woman now, sexual intercourse or coming together is no longer something enjoyable or something that she looks forward to in that light. She more sees it as a duty, as a responsibility, rather than seeing it as something. Because remember, coming together or what you call sexual intercourse is one of the greatest things. Right? That is like, I mean, okay, it is the greatest thing. The greatest thing, because when the woman stop making children, that's it. The world finish. How do you make children? To make children, you must come together. You must have what you call sexual intercourse. Right? So then that means that if it is that you create the most important being in this creation, you are able to actually create that through the process of sexual intercourse, then that means that sex is a very nice thing. Sex is, I mean, it's holy, it's sacred. Why? Because you could actually create life through that. So when you approach that, right? When you approach that, yes, my brother Matt, I mean, we're getting a call there. I'm live on TV right now, man. I'll call you when I'm done. Love, blessed, right? When it is that you approach that sexual intercourse on a level whereby you are doing something divine, something sacred, something wonderful, something awesome, right? If all the time that the man that you'll come together as a man and a woman, every single time you'll have sexual intercourse or you'll come together, the man has to approach. That man after a while going to feel very sad. Well, he might take it, even if the woman is resting, he might still take his thing. But at the end of the day, he won't feel like appealing. He won't feel wanted. He won't be feeling, well, right? He's well loved and he's been chased or he's been pursued. Why? Because he always has to pursue. So a point in time would come, right? A point in time would come when this man, they don't want to pursue again. You might feel, what? And sometimes that's the thing, it's simple, so it's simple balance. So when a woman pursues, so what's wrong in you as a woman? You take a nice little shower and then you check for your husband and say, honey, I love you, and whatever. You know what you have to do. Right? So the woman and them have forgotten to be feminine. That feminine energy. And at a point in time, they used to be able to get the man to do anything. But right now, they have forgotten that feminine energy. And they hardly could actually do the things that they need to do to actually get their man to a higher level of existence. Okay, greetings, brother. Okay, all right. I think I read that already. Yeah, you need to get the ganja oil for the sickle cell. And when you get it, I'll give you directions. Wow, so tuned. Okay, blessed love, thank you. Oh yes, what about the woman? What about having a husband? Okay, what about the woman? Well, the woman have to just do what the woman have to do. Spend more time with her husband. That's it. Good evening, Priscilla. Very interesting topic tonight. Very enlightening and in need of more topic like this. This topic really touched me because I am in a relationship with a very unaffectionate, unloving man. He does not know how to apologize, and when we argue, we don't speak for weeks. Oh my goodness, this is hell. You can't be in the same house with a man and don't speak for weeks. I remember how I broke my chain. I remember, I'm sharing my own personal little story with you. Like, I'm a Sabbath keeper. And about because me and my empress, we've been together for over 18 years. All right? And me and this, so it was like this. In our evolution, our growth, it was like that we are Sabbath keepers, and so Friday normally is preparation day. So it was like every Friday, something would happen to cause us to argue about something, Then I have to leave, go to office, and then whatever, and come forward, and like you still not in that space of happiness. Consciously, one day, that's over a decade ago. One day, when things I see what happening, man, and that's supposed to be like one day after that's a Friday come and I see the same thing happening, right? And I was about to go into my vehicle. I said no. I went back into the house, went to the Empress, give her a hug and say, I love you, Honorable. Give thanks for the eye and the I love and thing. And that was it. So we were able to break this barrier, right? Because don't waste time being upset with one another. You're going to miss that time. Whatever you waste is what you're going to miss. So the 3 weeks you don't speak together, there are times you wish that you had that man there for 3 weeks to speak to, and you wouldn't have nobody. He does not know how to show affection. He has been cheating from the inception of the relationship, and I keep forgiving him. Right now, I am stressed and tired. We share a child, and that's what keeps me there. I really don't know how to deal with this. You're not there because you share a child. You are there because you love him. That's why you're there, man. Right? So you're not there because you share a child. You're there because you love. All right? So don't say you're there because you share a child. That's not the truth. You are there because you love. That's the first step to understand that you still love the person. Now remember that a man and a woman relationship is different. Right? It's different. Whereby, when I say is that when it is that you as a woman or as a man, when you're with someone, if you have child with someone, you would have had to do something to have a child. So that means that you'd have at least a particular level of relationship, right? So first and foremost, you have to give thanks for that relationship that you have, whatever it is that you have with the person. But at the end of the day, if it is a toxic relationship whereby it's killing you, and then there is no way that you could actually uplift it, and you also must take responsibility, because a woman does allow a man to get rotten, because the man didn't begin rotten. That man was doing every single thing he had to do to actually get this woman, until the woman forgot to be a woman or the woman got comfortable. You as a woman, you must have standards. The minute it begins to do crap, you have standards. You just set up yourself, and yeah, man, I won't tolerate that. No drinking and no smoking cigarettes. I just spoke, man. Okay, all right. So that's it. All right. Know your standards, take responsibility, and do better. Because remember that the woman actually creates the man. Do give thanks as for our YouTube people. Our phone battery is going down, so we'd have to actually stop here. We give thanks for all those people who have actually joined us live on YouTube. We have some questions here. We'd actually would have loved to answer them, but we'll answer them some other time on another program. Give thanks for life and a mighty life. That's for our YouTube people. We'll close it on HTS.